I'm going to read a few poems. And this first one I call Mantra. You're amazing and I love you. This is what I tell myself. Use it as some kind of mantra, like a wish I whisper to the moon, hoping someday a sigh into the darkness will be enough to lift me. The words start to lose their meaning, the way insults forget their histories, and the way we shout, "Oh God," without really thinking of God. Eventually, "you're amazing and I love you" only means don't forget to breathe when my lungs might not remember, or there's presence in my solitude when there's any doubt of that. Eventually, I'm just going in circles, stuck between the confines of a mind that knows it's worthy and a world that says it's not. Do you know that feeling? If not, it might be time to get to know it. To climb out of your privilege like a snail from its shell and lie exposed, soft in your slug flesh, until somebody comes along to find you a new home or to stomp you out of your misery. Or until you make your way to the only home you can find, a beer can with piss inside. And you try to tell yourself then, "You're amazing and I love you." I've got my own words to comfort me, but I'm stuck there too, caught between my words and their echoes, in an age when my truths won't be heard unless some white guy plays it back on his own track. If you're standing here waiting for my echo, know that it won't ring until I'm gone. Listen to my voice as it sounds today. I'm standing with those who can shake this earth, and still we've got people waiting until we're finished, waiting to know our legacy. If we all stop waiting and start moving, maybe we can live in this house we're building before it lives in an aging photograph. And it's not that I haven't heard it all before. People have told me I'm amazing once they've imagined me as they think I should be. My bones already set while they lay in my grave before they've ever set eyes upon me to watch me how I move. Once I left a girl who said she can't live without me, told me her life story in near-death tales, and one of them was about the day we met. Said she believes the very breath she took before she met me would have been her last. I told her it isn't true. I said, "I've watched you sleep. I've watched you breathe in worlds with no thought or trace of me." There are still people who are waiting for me to jump long after I've landed, people who will call me amazing though they've forgotten what it feels to be amazed. Reasons I don't tell myself I'm beautiful: 1, beauty can't be unfound. It is everywhere. It is obvious. 2, beauty is sometimes a curse. And 3, it is not always true. I can try to walk the edges of our globe, but these unmarked roads are overrun by travelers who claim to be on their own, when nobody really knows what it feels like to be alone anymore, only what it's like to huddle in corners with everyone else who's so afraid of their own solitude that they can't meet their own eyes in a mirror. How many times do you have to repeat your mantra before you start to believe it? Afraid to trust in your own voice only because it's your own voice. If you rely on words to guide your way, let them be your own. If we remember each other, why can't we remember ourselves? Why can't we remember all that matters to us and let the rest fade like sunlight at the end of the day? When we're together, I believe we will live to see infinity reach its end. But then, what's so wrong with the end of time? Standing in my own presence once more, just long enough to say you're amazing and I love you. So this one's called What You'll Remember Tonight. Remember tonight something you haven't in a while. That time in 9th grade when you broke up with Kenneth Meyer and he yelled "dyke" at you from the car as his mother drove away. You didn't understand it then, but you get it now. It's the way your eyes follow a woman's walk, the way your gaze answers some silent call from hips like the ones resting on your couch now. Remember tonight the elegance of the woman sitting in your living room. She is strikingly beautiful, the woman on your couch, so it's only natural that you are hiding in the bathroom. Turn on the faucet, knowing you've already been hiding much too long. If the rest of this night follows the path set by your sensual dancing, then tonight will be the first night making love, or something like it, to a woman. Remember tonight, with relief, that you shaved your legs this morning. I can imagine the woman stroking your bare thigh. Then remember that you gave up before you finished. Shaved your whole left leg, but only your right ankle before you decided to wear long pants. So tonight, remember this. If she touches your thigh, let it be your left one. As you tie your hair up with a band, wonder if the woman can tell by looking at you that every orgasm you've ever had has been an overgasped lie. Maybe you've had enough practice to fool her too. Open the bathroom door to see her waiting, watching. Her eyes look black like her hair from beneath her silver bangs. Eyes you can't keep secrets from. Sitting beside her now, you're not as sure as you should be. Remember tonight your time at school and how they treated girls like you. Now you can say girls like us. Your life isn't built like this woman's. Choice is made simply. You can't toss away your past as easily as her thin white shirt, or put your cold hand on a stranger's chin and turn her face to see you nude. Look down. The woman's chest lies beneath more shadows than light, but you can see that she has only one breast. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that was her heart, that flesh hung on the outside of her body like a flag, proof she's not all hollow on the inside. On the opposite side of her chest is a labyrinth of hardened skin. No promises for peace of mind when you reach the center. She asks you if you've been with a woman with one breast before. And you pause, breathing deeply, as though this is something you have to try to remember. Before you tell her no, you've never seen a woman with one breast before. Of course, you've never been with a woman with two before either. And you might think it'd be easier to manage one breast than two. But you would be wrong. Put one hand over her full breast and, terrified of what your fingers might say to the other side, let your tongue do the talking. You never thought she'd taste like this, like the smoldering ash that marks where the fire is burned. Remember tonight the stories that sliced your scars, and know she's no different from the rest of us. Agreed to let her scars stay as long as they give her strength. Remember tonight what you sacrificed to get here, and then let that be yesterday, and remember tonight. Called Shades of Nude. I realize there's a theme of nudity here. Any objections? So, Shades of Nude. That time at the department store when I asked the salesgirl to repeat herself, not the part about the bride's price or size, but the part about the color, she licked her lips before she said, "It's nude, you know, like flesh." The bra was white sand on my skin, no flesh of mine, and if I could go back, I'd take that chance to tell her what she's missing under that pale ceiling with the bright white lights. Tell her about the shades of nude outside, flesh colored like raw earth after rain, skin hardened like the trunk of a redwood tree, opening to inside soft as the forest floor. Nude wraps more firmly around bodies that are without rest, and drapes more softly upon those bare and beaten. Remember these bodies. We can't all blend with your bras or cover up with your cover-up. Color me colorless if you think you can, but there are stories on my skin that won't erase with your paint or fall to your fabric. I'll take the brown one, was all I said, while my aching body cried for more. Thank you all for being such a lovely audience. I just have one more. Called Before We Know. It is before we know why bodies that touch blaze with fire, both warm as home and searing as danger. It is when we amble about on long doe legs, thin and graceless as a newborn fawn's, and our breasts aren't more than buds. We don't yet know what sexy is, but we learn what it is not. Your hair, when kinky, now is when you learn to use your mother's straightening comb. My obsidian lips, too dark, too full. Before the mirror, we declare what we are not. Your mother's funny dishes, the curry and the callaloo. my father's funny way of saying ours. I'm blowing kisses at the mirror, wearing 2 red lipstick, not yet knowing what sexy is, but with each kiss drawing closer. Thank you.